many looking for the front lines in the war on Christmas, X marks the spot. When we talk historically, however, X is closer to Christmas than you may realize. On the surface, Xmas seems like the definition of taking Christ out of the Christmas. It literally replaces his name with an X. But properly understood, it is more like using JFK to refer to John F. Kennedy than removing a reference to Jesus from the celebration of his own birthday. The first part of understanding where Xmas originated is to recognize that the letter used in the abbreviation is not actually the English letter X. It is the Greek letter Chi, C-H-I, Chi, and is the first letter of Christ, CH. In a Greek, Christ looks like, I wish I had somewhere to draw. A big X, then P-I-O-T-O, then S. So because of this, X has been used as an abbreviation of Christ very early in Christianity. The so-called Jesus fish symbol, it comes from an acronym that incorporates X as a stand-in for Christ. Therefore, we write it I, X, O, Y, then Z taken backwards, and actually which looks like a gamma sign, is the Greek word for fish. But early Christians, they used it as a shorthand for Jesus Christ, Son of God, Savior. So what is this Shiro symbol? On October 27, 312 AD, Constantine, in a fierce battle with the Byzantines over the Roman Empire, he claimed to vision instructing him to mark the shields of his soldiers with the sign for Christ. Therefore, Constantine combined the first two Greek letters of Christ to create the XP or Shiro, a sign as a symbol for Jesus. Therefore, if you read Matthew Smith writes that in First Things, he says, Constantine instructed his soldiers to scroll the letters on their shield before the Battle of Milvian Bridge, his victory in which led to the unlikely establishment of a Christian empire. So far from the symbol of speculation, then Xmas carries echoes of the clash of battle that inaugurated political Christendom. The first use of X in an abbreviation for Christmas, it dates back all the way to an Anglo-Saxon scribe in 1021, who wrote XP Mass as shorthand. When you look at the Webster Dictionary, the Webster's Dictionary of English usage describes several variations of Xtian being used as an abbreviation for Christian since the 1400s. X had become so closely tied to Christ that illiterate Jews at Ellis Island could not sign using the letter. According to a story relayed in Ghana's modern American usage, they instead chose to mark with an O. Xmas, specifically, appeared in the letters of writers like Lord Byron and Lewis Carroll in the 1800s. Supreme Court Justice Oliver Wendell Holmes used it in 1923. So for years, people would simply read Xmas as Christmas. There is a long and sacred history of the X to symbolize the name of Christ. The theologian R.C. Sproul writes, and from its origin, it has meant no disrespect. But that doesn't stop many followers of Christ from seeing the term negatively. More than 4 in 10 Christians, that is 42%, they say it is offensive when people say Xmas instead of Christmas, according to a new study from Lifeway Research. Instead of being offended, Christians could see someone using Xmas as a gospel opportunity. People are open to faith-filled conversations at this time of the year. They expect to talk about Christ during Christmas. Actually, 4 out of 10 Americans who never attend church, that is 41%, they say Christmas should be more about Jesus. Whether others recognize it or not, the X in Xmas is a reminder of who Jesus is. In 2015, Lifeway research found 61% of Americans typically attend church at Christmas time. And among those who do not attend, 57%, they said they were likely to attend if someone they knew asked them. In 2010, the same research, Lifeway research, asked people when they are more open to considering matters of faith. Christmas was the most common response. Almost a half, that's 47%, they said they were more open to thinking about faith during the holiday season. With non-Christians ready to talk about Jesus this time of the year, someone using Xmas could open the door for a conversation about an X. Ask if they know how the abbreviation started. Talk about how Xmas still points to Christ. Bring up why early Christians used the fish as a symbol. So, whether others recognize it or not, the X is a reminder of who Jesus is, the Messiah, sent by God as a humble baby at the first Advent, who will return one day in the second Advent as the conquering King. You may not want to use Xmas personally, but someone else using the shorthand can give you an opportunity to talk about the long history of Christians recognizing Jesus as the Christ. For AGR, I'm Jeremiah Ontiri.